Welcome to today's video where we explore the 7 countries recognized for having the best water quality in the world, each offering a unique approach to managing their precious resources. From the pristine lakes of Switzerland to the abundant fjords of Norway, these nations set a gold standard in water purity and sustainability. However, not all countries are so fortunate. We'll also discuss the critical challenges faced by India, Pakistan, and Yemen, where water scarcity and crises threaten livelihoods. Join us as we dive into these key aspects of global water quality and management. 1. Switzerland. The gold standard of water quality. Switzerland is celebrated around the world for having some of the cleanest and safest drinking water. More than 80% of the country's water comes straight from natural springs and underground sources, thanks to its mountainous landscape and strict government protection. The Swiss Federal Office for the Environment enforces tough regulations, and as a result, Switzerland topped the World Economic Forum's 2023 ranking for water quality. People in Switzerland trust their tap water so much that bottled water is rarely used at home. The average Swiss person uses about 150 liters of water every day, showing both abundance and efficiency. The country's focus on sustainability ensures that water sources remain clean for future generations. Pollution is kept to a minimum by rigorous monitoring and fast response to any potential threats. Switzerland's natural environment and careful management make it a true leader in water quality. 2. Norway. Pure and abundant water resources. Norway is famous for its crystal clear water, which is mostly drawn from surface sources like lakes and rivers. Thanks to the country's heavy rainfall and melting snow from the mountains, there's always plenty of fresh water available. The Norwegian Institute for Water Research found in 2023 that nearly all drinking water in Norway meets the highest safety standards, with contaminants being almost undetectable. Strict environmental laws prevent pollution from reaching water supplies, and the government invests heavily in modern infrastructure. On average, Norwegians use about 200 liters of water per day, enjoying the luxury of safe and tasty tap water. Norway's commitment to protecting the environment means that even remote communities have reliable access to clean water. Water is a source of national pride, and outdoor enthusiasts enjoy the pure taste straight from mountain streams. The country's success is rooted in combining natural abundance with responsible management. 3. Canada. A treasure trove of fresh water. Canada is blessed with a staggering amount of fresh water, holding about 1/5 of the world's supply. The country's lakes, rivers, and underground aquifers are well protected by strong environmental regulations. Environment and Climate Change Canada reports that the majority of Canadians enjoy excellent water quality, with advanced monitoring systems in place. In 2023, Canada was recognized internationally for its leadership in water conservation, especially through programs aimed at keeping pollutants out of rivers and lakes. Canadians use an average of 329 liters of water per person daily, reflecting both the nation's resources and lifestyle. Many communities, especially in rural areas, cherish the purity of their local water. Major cities continue to invest in infrastructure upgrades to maintain high standards. Canada's vast, untouched wilderness helps preserve the natural quality of its water. 4. Finland. A model for clean water management. Finland stands out for its commitment to providing pure and safe water to everyone. More than 90% of Finnish tap water comes from underground sources, which are naturally filtered through sand and gravel. The government enforces strict quality standards, and the European Environment Agency ranked Finland among the leaders for water quality in 2023. With about 150 liters consumed per person each day, Finns enjoy a high standard of living without waste. The country's thousands of lakes and rivers help keep water supplies fresh and supply natural filtration. Efforts to protect the environment are evident in the careful monitoring of both urban and rural water systems. The government supports research and innovation in water management, sharing best practices with other countries. Finland's success is built on balancing nature and technology. 5. New Zealand. A natural paradise for water quality. New Zealand is known worldwide for its clean and fresh water, thanks to both its geography and tough regulations. Mountains, lakes, and a low population density help keep water sources pure. The Ministry for the Environment has reported noticeable improvements in water quality over recent years, especially after stricter laws were put in place. In 2023, the country won praise for its commitment to sustainable water management, with several community-based projects showing real results. New Zealanders use about 200 liters of water per person per day, reflecting the country's focus on enjoying nature while protecting it. Many rivers and lakes are so clean that locals and tourists alike drink straight from them during hikes. The government invests in restoring and protecting waterways, especially where farming has caused pollution in the past. New Zealand's strong connection to nature drives ongoing efforts to keep water pristine. 6. Austria. A leader in water preservation. Austria is famous for its pure drinking water, sourced mostly from natural springs and groundwater that flow from the Alps. More than 90% of Austrian drinking water comes from these sources, which are carefully protected by law. In 2023, the European Commission praised Austria for its forward-thinking water management policies and conservation efforts. The average Austrian uses about 120 liters of water daily, showing both access and responsibility. The government has invested heavily in water infrastructure, ensuring that people everywhere, including small villages, enjoy safe tap water. Strict controls prevent industrial or agricultural pollution from contaminating the supply. Austrians value their clean water so much that it is considered a national treasure. The country's commitment to environmental preservation ensures that future generations will continue to benefit. 7. Iceland. The land of glaciers and pure water. Iceland's water is among the purest on the planet, thanks to its unique geology and abundance of glaciers and underground springs. Nearly all of the country's water comes from these natural sources, which are virtually untouched by pollution. In 2023, the Icelandic National Energy Authority confirmed that water quality across the country remains outstanding. Icelanders use about 150 liters of water per person every day, enjoying both the taste and safety of their tap water. The government's dedication to environmental preservation is clear in its careful management of water resources. Even with a growing tourist industry, strict rules keep water supplies clean and abundant. Many visitors are surprised to find that water straight from the tap is as pure as bottled water, if not better. Iceland's approach shows how natural resources can be protected even as the country develops. 8. India. A water crisis in the making. India is facing a water crisis that affects hundreds of millions of people across the country. According to the National Institution for Transforming India, more than 600 million people experience water scarcity. In 2023, the World Health Organization reported that nearly 200 million Indians rely on contaminated water sources for their daily needs. Rapid population growth, urban expansion, and industrial pollution have all put enormous pressure on water supplies. Agricultural runoff and unchecked waste dumping have worsened the situation, making clean water hard to find in many regions. The government has launched several initiatives to improve water management and infrastructure, but progress is slow and uneven. Unsafe water leads to widespread health problems and economic stress for families. Without urgent, large-scale action, India's water crisis is expected to deepen further in the coming years. 9. Pakistan. Struggling with water scarcity. Pakistan is among the world's most water-stressed countries, with severe shortages affecting millions. The World Bank warned that in 2023, over 80 million Pakistanis lacked access to safe drinking water. The country's water reserves are declining rapidly because of overuse, pollution, and climate change. Agriculture, which uses about 90% of the country's water, often depends on outdated and wasteful irrigation methods. Political instability and lack of investment in modern water infrastructure have made it hard to solve these problems quickly. While the government has started some conservation programs, progress is slow and often hampered by bureaucratic hurdles. Many communities are forced to use unsafe water, leading to health crises and social tensions. Pakistan's future depends on finding sustainable solutions and investing in new technologies to protect what water remains. 10. Yemen. A humanitarian water crisis. Yemen is currently facing one of the world's worst water crises, made even worse by ongoing conflict and poverty. UNICEF reported in 2023 that more than 18 million Yemenis do not have access to safe drinking water. Years of war have destroyed much of the country's water infrastructure, leaving families to rely on contaminated sources. The World Health Organization has warned about the spread of waterborne diseases, which are a major threat to children and vulnerable populations. Humanitarian organizations are working to rebuild wells and distribute clean water, but ongoing violence makes their efforts extremely difficult. The government, with international help, is trying to restore basic services, but the scale of the crisis is overwhelming. Many families must travel long distances just to fetch a bucket of water, and the situation remains desperate. Without urgent help, Yemen's water crisis threatens to worsen, putting millions more at risk.